Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are going to be taking a look at S1++ is what I am so deeming it at this time. And we have, again, SS1-2 and -3, which is making up Kingdoms 1 through 10, that are getting put into this second or continued season of their merged kingdom groups. Now, those have switched up a bit. We covered that in the previous video, but today we're going to be taking you into the kingdom, at least one of them, to show you how it looks, and if there's just any other kind of unique identifiers. We'll talk a little bit about if we can look at maybe some Augerstone possibly, and again, we'll look at a few things. I'm going to give you my thoughts and kind of continued feelings, if you will, on this as we continue. Saying continue so much. Okay, let's, for just what doesn't matter, let's go Zolan. So before we click OK, you can see here, this is what we hinted at could be the new map that we saw leaked. It looks like that is confirming. You'll notice that all the other areas are grayed out, so this is interesting to see how the development of this is going to be playing out. But we'll go Zolan for now, and let's go OK. We'll load in, probably going to give us a little loading prompt. Oh, shocking, didn't we? Actually just went right in. So, okay, so we're in, and I am actually playing on my, what previously was my S2 account. So, let's go ahead and zoom out. Looks like we already have, and again, we'll take a look at some mails and look around and you know, go through our typical clicking of things. But I just want to see, one, has anything changed? How does it look? So, okay, so really nothing. Everything is uncovered right now. Shocker. Doesn't really look like anything that I can see. So some cities, so this is cool, right? This is going to give us that kind of early, oh, interesting. So I take that back. Wait, do I take that back? I don't take that back. Yeah, no, never mind. Sorry. I'm over here thinking that, interesting. So this has changed. Okay, so my eyes are not deceiving me here. So it looks like they kept, oh, look at that, dude. They got a level 4 gate? Sick life. Oh, this is pretty cool. Did they change Darlin? Oh, they did. They gave Darlin a level 2 pass. That is sick. I mean, that's really what they should have done, in my opinion. Interesting. Okay, so, dude, we're seeing some new stuff here on the map. So let's do it properly. Let's go left to right and just look at how things are playing out. But this is pretty cool. So, also, it should be noted, they got rid of the mountain range here that fully blocked Kaltia and Burning Lands, and now they have 2 level 1 passes that go across. So now everything is connected, and you don't have to go all the way around. I'm going to say this about that. I was actually okay with them having the mountain range there, where it didn't really matter if you had to go all the way around one way or all the way around another way. I am fine with it either way. I just liked the idea that they were taking a different approach to the map, and it didn't just kind of fall under the same traditional, well, everything's open, right? I just liked how there was a little bit of a difference there. So, but as of now, they have the level 1 passes that are open, which is pretty cool. I just want to take a look at it because remember, this was just one big mountain range once upon a time, so you know, I just want to really look for a gander. I mean, again, it's the same level 1 pass. You know, I just want to look just to make sure it's real. Okay, let's continue. This is pretty cool. So, remember, no one's in Kaltia, right, for the starting regions. Then, okay, so now let's look at how they did Kaltia. So for here, they have the level 1 passes, which it looks like these things just moved a little bit farther northwest from where they previously were. And then you end up having what looks like, interesting here. So then we have the 2 level 2 passes, and now they have a level 4 pass, but this is weird. Oh, I see. So level 4. I wonder why they just wouldn't have had this be a level 3. This doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you calling this 4? I would rather just say 3. That makes a lot more sense to me. Also, oh, dude, so there's actually quite a lot of different stuff here. So now you're in this one, you're actually noticing, if some of you haven't noticed already, that some of these areas have less behemoths, which is interesting, and Kaltia itself has a level 3, a 4, another 3, and then a 7 at the max. So it has 4 behemoths here. Interesting. And they have the level 4 pass, and then the level 2 passes, so significantly less behemoths. Okay, let's go in to Sophrostia, and take a look. So you got a level 1, 2, you have a little bit more here, but this maybe makes sense because these are the starting regions, right? So you have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 7 behemoths ranging from level 1, 2, no 3, so 1 and 2s, and then you got the Magma Daemon. We can also see that TA is starting here, and we're going to take a look at some leaderboards too as well. There's 2 level 2 passes that going into Hollandale. So this is pretty consistent. It just looks like they moved it back a little bit, really, for all intents and purposes. Right, like they moved it a little more west. Because I think before the level 2 pass was right here. And then, so now we go up, we got Dada and TT. And then you got the 2 level 1 passes going up into Nivola. This is interesting how they did this for Nivola. Like, they kind of just made this area a little bit thinner. This was actually a little bit farther down. The pass was actually right here. And then I think that this level 1 pass might have been somewhat similar, a little bit farther down as well. But up here you have a level 3 rock. You got a level 7, so you have 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 behemoths in Nivola. But bearing in mind that no one can go Nivola just yet, so I guess it kind of makes sense. They have 1, 2 level 2 passes going there. They have a level 4 pass that goes in, which is interesting because there's only 2 level 4 passes that we can see thus far. Same amount of level 3 passes, but now there's 8 ways that are into Zone 3 compared to 6 previously. And then now we're going to go in, and they still have the same level 2 passes or similar over here into Lorcan for the Zone 2 region. Now you have 2 level 1 passes going into Darlin. Let's take a look here. We got TMII, we got GDB, but let's look at the behemoths. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 behemoths. And is it just me, or did they move the lake up farther north? Like, I felt like the lake was a little bit farther south. It looks like they just thinned all this out a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? It's cool that they're doing some map changes here and there. But, yeah, it's just, again, some differences, clearly. I will say, though, that I'd like that they at least added a pass into Zone 2 for Darlin. That was something I think they needed. And maybe, now it just kind of feels like they made the Zone 2s a lot bigger than the Zone 1s in large part. So you got GDB, we got TM over here in Darlin, and then we're going Forgotten Lands. Still 2 level 1 passes, 2 level 2 passes, and then a level 4 pass into Agoru. Interesting. So they removed 2 passes going into Agoru, the Eastern Zone 2 region, and they substituted that for 1 pass, but a level 4. Then we go, let me see how many behemoths we have Forgotten Lands. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's seeming pretty consistent. 4 behemoths for the neutral Zone 1 regions. And then we go into Zoland, which has definitely been pushed back because the border used to be here southwest of Marcia Bay and would kind of come across. So now you have THK1, or sorry, let's look at real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 behemoths there. You have 2 level 1 passes and then 2 level 2 passes going in. Oh, I see what they did here. So notice that even though they put you next to each other, they removed the level 1 passes, so you can't get from Burning Lands to Zoland or vice versa. I actually like that change. So this is cool. It almost feels like they're testing somewhat of a traditional KVK type environment where, because this is feedback that I've been giving, that others have been giving, which is that just do not allow for them to access each other in Zone 1. It should be more of a natural progression where they would fight it out initially in Zone 2, and then you'd fight it out bigger in Zone 3, and then you would have the last remaining level 1 adjacent passes open up in Zone 1 after the level 3 passes going into Zone 3 have opened. So I do like this, how they did a little change there. So here in Zoland, we have THK1, GRZ, GRZ1, and then we already talked about GOAT, MYRME. Let's see if there's anyone else, and then PFTO. So now let's look. Zone 2 regions have, 3 behemoths I see here? And then how about Lorcan? Lorcan has 3 behemoths, and then Hollandale should have 3. So they do. So significantly less behemoths, and then you only have 1 behemoth in the middle, which is the dragon here. But again, you have different access. Looks like they just made Zone 3 a little bit bigger too as well. So basically, Zone 1's got a little bit less territory. Zone 2's got more territory, and Zone 3 got more territory. So now, let's look at Augerstone and see how this might change some things. Let's take a look here. Oh, where's my water? Here we go. Let's get a little agua. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, so they changed some of the names too as well. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, so let's go here to Unyielding Fate. All alliances must build a total of 10 alliance core fortresses. Interesting. And then Resurgence opens up. Okay, so that's pretty standard. Number 2, all lords must defeat a total of 80k Darkling patrols. And then that's when the Dire Bear will open up. We got Scout access for level 1 passes. Level 3 Darkling forts must occupy a giant lair. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Alliances 20, destroy 20 level 3 plus Darkling forts. And then Giant will open. This one, Occupy Giant. So on the 5th one, you're getting the level 1 passes semi-protected. This is 12 hours after the chapter completes. Alliances can attack passes bordering their territory. When a pass is semi-protected, alliances must occupy a behemoth lair in the pass's corresponding region before they can attack. And alliances who do not fulfill this requirement cannot attack. And then we have Merit Store opens up and villages. So this is the new thing. When this chapter ends, the limit on the number of villages that you can occupy will be increased by 5. Interesting. Okay, so you got to wait for that. Now, with the semi-protected passes, let's take a look at that. So what this means to me would be those level 1s, right? So I guess that would be this. I don't know if it says it on it. Let's click. I don't know if it says semi-protected. It doesn't. But let's see if it... Affiliated region is Burning Lands. So it does say it. Only alliances that have occupied a behemoth lair in the pass's region. So you have to occupy one in the affiliated region. So I think I'm seeing what they're doing now. So Burning Lands can occupy Kaltia, right? And then let's see if Sophrostia can access these. I'd be interested to see if that's the case. So they can. So basically Kaltia is basically like the Zone 1 fight area or the neutral area that Sophrostia and Kaltia could go and fight in. I'm going to assume the same thing here with Nivola. These would have to be Sophrostia as well. Let's just confirm, but I have to assume that's the case. So it is. So that means that anyone in Darlin or Sophrostia could then meet in Nivola. Interesting. So we're learning some new stuff here. And then I have to assume the same thing for Forgotten Lands. Kaltia can go Forgotten Lands. Zolan can go there. So they're kind of giving you ways out, right? Where you can go into the neutral area. So that's pretty cool. All right. We were on number 5. Now let's look at number 6. This is Occupy Level 1 Pass. Nothing really there. Thunder Rock. Wow. You must get a total of 10,000 merits by the end of the countdown. So they're kind of giving you some PvP type of quests here. Great Deeds. Alliance must occupy 2 Thunder Rocks by the end of the countdown. Okay. And then you get forts, 25 forts. Then Hydra opens. Occupy 1 Hydra lair, and this is villages. So villages increase again on Conspiracy. New Dawn, occupy 6 Behemoth lairs by the end. Scout access level 2, and then we get the Alliance power rankings as well. So this is... Oh, interesting. Your Alliance must be in the top 20 of Alliance power, and then they're going to give you ranks for glorious names. Destroy 30 level 3... So here we go. Silent Calibration. Destroy 30 level 3 forts, and then you get level 2 pass semi-protected. And then we get... Heroic Ascension. Interesting. 12 hours after this chapter ends, heroes will be able to gain EXP through PvP battles. This is interesting. So this means, this is something that we've heard, but if you hit level 50 before Silent Calibration finishes, you won't be able to go past 50. So that's interesting. So a little bit of a cap there. And then villages increase by 5 again. So that's 3 times. That means villages are currently plus 15 for where we're at. 25,000 merits, and then you get the requests and Dire Bear unlocks. Must occupy 2 scout access for level 3 passes. 20. Your city must reach level 25 by the end of the countdown. That's when the level 6 ones open. Necrogiant for 25 level 6 forts. And then we get to Salvation, which is occupy 1 Necro. Level 3 passes open. Heroic Struggle. The amount of EXP heroes gained through PvP will greatly... Oh, interesting. So let's go back to where we were. That's really cool. So let's do... Was that Chest of Desire? Where were we? So heroes will be able to gain EXP through PvP battles. But then we get to Salvation, and the amount of EXP heroes gain through PvP will be greatly increased. Okay, so now you're going to be able to gain more. That's pretty cool, because that wasn't something that they touched on in the notes for what we saw. So that's actually pretty cool that they're giving you a way to do it faster. Now we're at villages plus 5 again, so we're plus 20. We get to Motherland's Call, Occupy level 3 pass, Art of War. This is where we got Flame Dragon opens up, Cross Region Alliance, actually opening up, I guess about the same. This used to be Unscarred, but I guess they just moved those around. And then we get to Garland of Paradise. Your Alliance must occupy by the end. Your Alliance must destroy 20 level 7 plus Darklings. This is where level 4 passes open. Okay, interesting. And then we have War and Peace. Your Alliance must control level 4 pass. And then this is where the Magma Daemon. Oh, interesting. So Magma Daemon's opening up later. Behemoth layers will open to attack. Alliances can only attack. Okay. And then you get to unscarred. Your alliance must occupy 3 magma daemon layers by the... Okay, so they're kind of doing things that are going to kind of force you to take over multiple regions and occupy the layers there if you want the extra rewards. Let's look at season overview. So this is season 1+. I really wish they said 1++. Stars reignited. And we're going to get to... I don't think there's really anything different here. All that is pretty much the same. Same things are being reset too. I don't think there's anything here that's kind of out of pocket for what we're seeing. I don't see it. Let's just click on other. I'm curious what that might say. So yeah, no, nothing. Okay. Let's look at features. Purifying villages, last line of defense. I like how they did update this though a little bit. Resource boom, resource points across the Numeros will now provide much greater. So we'll look and see if they do have some of those. Higher star ratings, we talked about that. Finding others. Let's look at season rewards and maybe... Oh, look at this, dude. It's SS1-8. That's pretty cool. So that must mean the other one is 7. Because we know 6 is going to be 23 to 26. So they probably did 7 and 8 going into this on purpose. Let's see. You must wait for other servers to finish. Move on. At the start of the next season, rewards will be given. Next season, you will forward to... Okay, neighboring. So it just kind of continues. I'm not sure there's anything different here, which I'd have to go and look. So some of the numbers, let's look here. Limited, conquer, enduring, anointed, and then common. Okay. And then appointed, probability. Those are the season grades. Okay. So yeah, I think that probably is it. But you could see here from the amount of behemoths that there's not a lot. You got 4 bears in each one of the regions. Giants, you have 2. Thunder Rocks, you have 2, but those are in the neutral areas. Same thing with Hydra, neutral areas. Dire Bears in Zone 2. Then we get the Necros. Magmas are spread out in each of the Zone 1 regions, which is interesting. Then you got Dragon in the middle. Okay. So now we need to go and whatever I was saying on EXP. Let's see here. Oh, sorry. So now let's look at some rankings. That's what we wanted to look at, some leaderboards here. So let's look at how we're looking. So remember, this is SS1-8. We got 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8. Probably the stronger or the strongest out of the 2 SS1++ or the S1++ regions that we have for SS1-8 and then SS1-7. So let's look real quick. We got, and again, we're only going to be able to take a look at some of these, but we got our boy Immortal here. We got our boy Burning, right? One person here over 100 mil. Again, still pretty big. We got our boy Ghost, 75. This is interesting. You got Goat GRZ. I wonder if we're going to see some type of Goat GRZ versus TATM matchup, possibly. I mean, again, numbers probably still favoring them a bit more. We'll have to see kind of how that looks. Our boy Meowski. Let's look at how many T5s. So we're probably looking at 25 T5s if we're kind of bubbling this over 43.5, 44 mil. No merits have opened up yet. Let's see how many Castle 25s. I'd have to assume that they have 200. I'd be shocked if they didn't already have 200 people. They do. So resources gathered, probably not that much. People, oh, look at this dude. People already banging out and maxing, almost near maxing Dragon Trail. I'd be curious which one this is, if it's the same as it is in the Merge Kingdom or if it's a little bit lower. Can't look at Alliance Power. We can look at Towers, just kind of see how some people are developing, and then from here we can actually take a look at some of the alliances. So look at some initial power. So still having to work their way back up. You got about 2 bill there on TM, TMII, 1 bill there, TA, almost 2 bill there, GRZ, 1.2 billion. That's our boy Earl. We got Rabbit, 1.2, almost 1.3 billion. We got GBD almost 100 mil, or sorry, almost 1 billion. We got 720 mil, Hutia 530 mil. So right now you only have 11 alliances and then GRZ 1. Oh, so it's almost 900 mil. Okay, so not bad. So again, you got 11 alliances thus far. It still hasn't been 24 hours yet, but again, 11 alliances that have been created thus far in the kingdom. So yeah, man, we're going to have to look and see how some of this stuff is going to play out. Ooh, you know, people messaging me. Let's leader. As I was very helpful, I'm an experienced leader already, so when I say some, I mean it's all great stuff, and even I learned a few things. Hey, my man. Psh, psh. I actually just meant to do the fist, but let's see. Hulk, accept my friend request. You're the best, shotty. All right, let's look here. Oh, I got a contact, too. Let's star this bad boy. All right, bam. Let's see what's going on. Server. Oh, cool. There we go. So it's the server. So someone posted this. It's the server versus TATM. Still quite unbalanced. We need some volunteer from TA to join CRC to make it balanced. But that's cool. So at least we know what it is. It's TATM versus everyone else. So at least we know what it is going in. Doesn't look like we're going to end up getting... who knows if we'll get any fighting in any of the affiliated at the starting Zone 1 regions. It'll probably be most likely when the neutral ones open up. So, but again, that's cool, man. I'll take it. If that's the case, that's the way it's playing out. Hopefully, we'll be looking forward to some good fights, man. I definitely think, given what we're looking at from the rankings, Immortal, the GRZ boys, and then I think even Sybil here at 12. I mean, you got 4 people out of the top 12 that are on one side, the other 8 going the other way. Again, we'll look at some numbers too as well and do a little bit more data now that we know what the matchups are in the next video. But man, I am looking forward to seeing how this season plays out. Again, I like that they've changed a little bit on the map, so that's nice to see. And hopefully it'll play out, just as well. You have received the following season grade. Dude, I'm so good at this season grade for not playing this account. Cool. Let's see if there's any mails. I just want to check to see if they sent anything for anyone that's starting here. Nope. Just Augerstone stuff and season 1+ stories. All stories will be unlocked. Okay, cool. Yeah, so nothing really big there. All right. Well, let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts here on the map, on Augerstone, on how the passes are going to be opening up, what the matchup is. We're seeing TATM versus everyone, right? What are you guys thinking? How are you feeling so far? What do you think about the higher level passes, how they're doing some of the things different? Let me know anything and everything in the comments down below, but I'm excited to see how things play out. And now this isn't a brand new Season 2 map. We know we're going to get that later, but I at least like that they're making an attempt to do some improvements here on the map for how it develops from starting all the way up until Zone 3 opens, where it's not just immediate kind of, we're just going to kill everyone's face right off the bat. So that, to me, I will always say is an improvement, even if it feels like it's incremental steps, right, one by one. Okay, that's it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.